Just after the international trip to Vietnam was announced, I was talking with a coworker who asked me an interesting question. He said, "How would a trip to Vietnam be beneficial in advancing either an education or a career?" The answer to this question is going to be different for everyone. But for me, this trip aligns directly with my desired career path, also with my educational background, my personal interests, my past travel experience, and also with my volunteer experiences. The international course will be a great opportunity for me to advance my education and my career. Interacting with business leaders who have been instrumental in reestablishing sustainable businesses and rebuilding economies will be a great stepping stone toward my career goals. I've been working in network and systems administration for nearly 10 years, and I don't love where I'm at. I want to change that. So I began the MBA online program to gain that experience and education necessary so that I can change that career path. My ultimate goal is to gain employment in an international human rights or a humanitarian firm. There, I will work to improve the situations and lives of people struggling because of the circumstances in which they live. My undergraduate degree is in history. In that, I focused my classes specifically on social atrocities that resulted from war and their impacts on humanity. I wrote my thesis paper on resistance movements and uprisings during the Cold War. This showed that people will fight to preserve their lives and their freedoms, regardless of their numbers or their probability of success. The trip to Ho Chi Minh City would provide me with an opportunity to see and experience firsthand how the people of Vietnam have worked to rebuild their lives over the past 50 years since the end of the Vietnam War. Aside from my educational background, I've spent a good amount of time traveling and visiting many countries around the world, most of which have seen massive devastation resulting from war. I traveled through the Middle East, Russia, and Europe. I lived in Hungary from 1999 to 2001. There I worked directly with people who were struggling with drug addictions, had difficulty managing their personal finances, and struggled to budget. I also taught English classes to help people improve their career opportunities. My goal there was to help people improve and rebuild their lives after the collapse of communism and the fall of the Soviet Union. While I was traveling in Poland and Belarus, I visited past concentration camps, and I toured through cities and towns that had been destroyed during World War II. In Russia, I talked with people about how their lives changed both positively and negatively due to the drastic shift in their government in the 90s. In Israel, I talked with Palestinians who are trying to find ways to support their families under their oppressive government, all while attempting to keep their kids safe from extremists and extremist philosophies. Each experience has taught me a great deal more about the world and the difficulties people experience as they work to sustain themselves, despite what is happening in the world around them. The level of interaction that this trip offers is something I cannot create on my own. So the question, what benefit will this trip to Vietnam be? I believe this will be a substantial benefit to me with the career goals I'm working to achieve, setting me apart from other potential candidates for future opportunities. This trip will benefit me by providing lessons and interactions I will be able to use and build from for many years to come.